Photoshop and Illustrator, but free. Maxon drops a sweet compositing tool, and Coca-Cola gets the internet riled up once again. It's Motion Mondays, and it's almost eggnog latte season. I do love eggnog.
All right, first gallon. Number 2. Here comes the third.
Figma just acquired Weavy, and the timing is fascinating. This drops right as Adobe announces Project Graph. Both are node-based editors that let you string together complex AI workflows, and I think that this UI approach is finally catching on with bigger companies. It gives you way more control than traditional text prompting, which most artists hate because it just doesn't feel creative and definitely isn't fun. Tools like Weavy bring together different AI models from various providers into one place, which is huge for enterprise customers. You get one subscription instead of a dozen. Over time, Weavy will evolve into Figma Weave, and I'm hoping it eventually lives inside the core Figma app. Here's the thing, tools like Weavy are technical and require a new way of thinking, but motion designers might have an advantage here, because we're already comfortable with nodes in compositing or setting up textures in Blender and Cinema 4D. If you're dabbling in AI generation, but you hate how much these tools feel like slot machines, check out Comfy UI or Weavy. Some studio owners I've talked to think that this node-based approach might actually be how professional artists do high-end AI work in the short and midterm. Check out Weavy's YouTube tutorial for a deep dive. The link will be in the description. Quick School Motion news drop. First, submissions are open for our 2025 holiday card. This year's theme is New Year, New Blank. Register for free, upload a 3-second animation by December 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern, and you will be immortalized in our community project. We are only asking for 72 frames, people. Plus, we make all project files available so you can learn from other submissions. All Access members, this Thursday at noon Eastern, Hayley Akins from Motion Hatch is teaching Make Self-Promotion Painless. If self-promotion feels awkward or cringy, Hayley is the master at making it easy, so register for that in our community. We also just dropped After Effects Insider, nearly 13 hours with Eran Stern covering deep cut workflows, optimization tricks, preview options you didn't know existed, hotkeys, the new 3D system, expressions, and templating. I don't think anybody could watch this without learning 50 new things, and it's available right now for All Access members. And coming in December, UX Animation Essentials taught by a senior motion designer from Google. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and learn how to operate on the cutting edge of motion design, you definitely want to watch out for this one. Last year, we interviewed James and Claire from Procreate about Dreams, their powerful yet intuitive 2D animation app for the iPad. Version 2 is on the horizon, and they're inviting animators to join the beta. The preview promises much better selection and transform tools, an all-new flipbook feature, easier track navigation, and a ton of quality of life improvements. There's an advanced export studio, GIF import and export, video transparency, custom keyboard shortcuts, and better performance. If it's anything like version 1, it's going to be incredible. I predict that if Procreate really nails Dreams, it will be a very popular way to do traditional animation for professionals, being cheaper, more flexible, and less daunting than using a big Cintiq screen with Photoshop, Adobe Animate, or other tools. Click on the link in the description to join the beta and help shape the future of Procreate Dreams. Our friends at Maxon just dropped Depth Generator, a new Red Giant plugin that generates depth passes from footage using machine learning. If you do any compositing or want interesting ways to stylize footage, tools like this are insanely powerful. The plugin analyzes your footage and generates a surprisingly accurate Z-depth pass. You get controls for adjusting curves, basically the levels of your depth map. Then you can use it to create alpha maps, displacement maps, blur maps, or height maps. You can create fog in a scene, trace contours of your footage. It opens up a ton of compositing options. It's not perfect for everything, but especially for stylized looks, it's great. For atmospheric VFX and depth of field work, this greatly reduces tedious matte creation. And it's part of a Red Giant subscription through Maxon. I think it's pretty cool. Motion designers often complain that After Effects doesn't have the exact feature that they want. Well, now you can put your money where your mouth is. Actually, more accurately, Adobe can put money in your mouth. I'm not sure that this metaphor is working, but the bottom line is, our friend Victoria Neese, Principal Product Manager for Motion Graphics and VFX at Adobe, is hiring a product manager for the team. If working closely with the After Effects engineering team to help shape the world's most popular motion design app sounds fun, check this out. As a product manager, you'd be leading initiatives from concept all the way through execution, talking to users, and working as a liaison between Adobe and the folks who actually use the apps. All the details are on Adobe's job site, the link is in the description, and the pay ain't bad either. Personally, I would love it if a really experienced motion designer got this job, because someone who's used After Effects for a long time would bring incredible insights to improve all of our quality of life. And this could be a really cool way to be on the front lines of making After Effects better for everyone. It's time to feature some awesome work. First up, legendary studio Blur just dropped a new reel showing work from the last few years, including stuff from Love, Death, and Robots and Secret Level. Blur has been basically the best in the world at this for a really long time, and based on this reel, Nothing's changed. There is an incredible variety of styles, but the through line is absolutely flawless animation. Their ability to give CG characters depth and personality and make CG very photorealistic is awe-inspiring. Versus Studio dropped what's kind of like a cross between a manifesto and a reel, a love letter to creativity. Motionographer covered it and interviewed the team. The spark was the general sense of fear in our industry around AI and layoffs. So what they did was they installed a vintage answering machine in their studio and invited collaborators, clients, and friends to call and leave messages about what creativity meant to them. And hundreds did. They edited these into a soundtrack and created something gorgeous and uplifting.
Creative happens without the support and collaboration of the people around you, the people we surround ourselves with.
People who share that passion, finding my people in my community.
A community that comes together.
A culture that supports
What
each other.
Versus did here makes you feel, and that's something I haven't seen a completely AI-driven piece do yet. Finally, hat tip to the amazing X account, Machinima, for this one. Tectora Studios' Walkman piece is stunning. Inspired by old school Walkmans and the late 90s MoGraph aesthetics, fisheye lenses, shallow depth of field, and blurry swooshy things, it's just gorgeous. You could pick any frame and it's a work of art. Check out their site for gorgeous stills. Remember last year when Coca-Cola released their Christmas ad and it was mostly AI generated? The creative community universally crapped on it. Looking at it again, it hits almost every AI slop trope. Slow shots, barely any movement, stiff wooden character animation, and that weird fuzzy dreamlike quality. Well, they've done it again.
So one of my Facebook friends made a post asking for recommendations or input about pitchforks.
This year's fully AI generated holiday spot does look way better, like a lot better. The detail and crispness is vastly improved. Some shots without animated characters feel pretty convincing. There's more consistency and less AI weirdness, though there is plenty of it if you look. If you showed this to a non-animator without context, they'd probably have no clue. But as an animator, I noticed how all the characters and animals have stiff, boring animation, like zero personality in most movements. And a good animation director would definitely push this way further. Though it still looks off, it is 10 times better than last year's. Next year's might be almost indistinguishable from a traditional spot. According to the Wall Street Journal, Coca-Cola's CMO said that production that used to take a year now takes about a month. There is no way you could produce a CG spot that looks like this in a month traditionally. The article also notes 30% of TV commercials this year use AI tools, up from 22% last year, predicted to hit 39% next year. This is a clear trend, with Google recently dropping a spot animated using VO3, and this one looks a lot better. This is obviously a controversial topic. I'm really curious what you think about this trend, so please let us know your thoughts in the comments. I wanted to share this Blender tool for one reason: how cheap it is. This plugin is called iCrowds, a crowd system from the creators of iCity. It makes it possible to add animated crowds to 3D scenes in a wide variety of ways, including giving crowd actors Sim-style needs to eat, sleep, or even go to the toilet. You don't normally see the word bladder in plugin documentation, but here we are. There's a really long detailed walkthrough showing these cool features in action. It's got static systems for scattering crowds, agent control for blending different character types, custom agents, outfit swaps, dynamic walkers with physics, a fluid system with attract and repel, and even a city system with those goal-driven behaviors. If you need to generate crowds, this looks really powerful. And you can buy this plugin for $19. Now, the industry standard for this work historically has been massive, incredibly powerful software that costs $16,000 for the flagship version or $2,500 to rent for 30 days. The cheapest version is still $3,500. To me, iCrowds isn't just a plugin, it's a sign of what's happening to content creation. It's getting democratized, as cliche as that word may be. Software that used to cost 16 grand, you can now do almost the same thing for 19 bucks. I really wish this had been around 20 years ago when I started. Time for our School Motion Student of the Week, Jose Cerda from Dallas, Texas, which is not too far from my hometown of Fort Worth, though I slightly prefer Fort Worth. I'll let that go. Jose is an architect, technically a truss technician, who finished After Effects Kickstart. We wanted to showcase his A Week to Remember project designed by course instructor Noel Honig. It's got that mixed media collage style, and the way things are supposed to animate isn't obvious at first. Abstract mixed media stuff kind of lets you animate however you want. Even though this is a beginner course and we haven't really gotten into animation principles yet, you can see how Jose has an intuition for it. Things arc and move with subtle anticipations and overshoots. Even with relatively new After Effects skills, there are great ideas in animation here, Jose. I'm super impressed, especially because this isn't your profession or full-time job. It's so cool to see artists like you pushing yourself to learn difficult skills and demonstrating that you nailed it. Congrats on completing the course. I want to know what course you're taking next. Piximperfect dropped an amazing roundup of Photoshop 2026, which has a bunch of new AI features that Adobe showed at Max. One big one, non-Adobe models are now available, like Google's Nano Banana. There are much improved select subject algorithms that cut out complicated objects in one click, absolutely insane. Additional upscaling options using Topaz Gigapixel can up-res images to much higher resolutions with way better results than the built-in Adobe options. There's improved Harmonize, AI Denoise, AI Sharpen, and Generative Fill can use these additional models. But here's the problem that he very eloquently points out. All these tools have created a new headache, Adobe's credit system. Harmonize uses certain credits, Firefly uses some, but Nano Banana uses more. You have to track how many credits you have, otherwise you might have to buy more or get charged overages. It's complex, it changes constantly, and it makes it feel risky to use these tools. You're wondering, have I used this tool too much? Should I use a cheaper one and get a worse result? This is not ideal. Unfortunately, pretty much all AI models work this way now. It's expensive to generate AI imagery, and companies can't lose money forever, but the credit system kinda sucks. Piximperfect calls it more complicated than Einstein's theory of relativity, and he's right. Personally, I'd rather pay more monthly for unlimited use, but I'm curious, what do you think? Leave a comment below. Finally, massive news. Last year, Canva acquired Affinity, and we were wondering what they were gonna do. On the last day of Adobe Max, very based move by the way, Affinity announced that they are releasing a new version with all 3 tools in one cohesive app. The headline, it's free forever. Like Blender free. Not open source, but free. Anyway, this is bonkers. Why are they doing this? Well, Canva is humongous, valued at $65 billion, with over $3 billion in annual revenue, growing 40% annually, and profitable for 8 years. They haven't quite cracked the professional designer market yet, though, so they bought Affinity, basically Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign combined, and are giving it away for free. This is the loss leader concept, and Canva has the bank account to do it. I highly recommend downloading it. It's available for Mac and PC, combining photo, vector, and layout tools in one app. Several YouTube reviews show that for design work, creating textures, shapes, backgrounds, elements, type, it does basically everything Photoshop can, sometimes more intuitively with better performance. But, of course, there are caveats. It doesn't integrate with Adobe's ecosystem nearly as well, especially for After Effects workflows, and Canva's AI features do require a paid Canva account. So, should you switch? Well, if you're a young designer building a portfolio without cash for Creative Cloud, Affinity is amazing. But here's the thing, the same way Blender being free hasn't instantly taken all of Cinema 4D's market share, Affinity may slowly erode Adobe's dominance, but Adobe is still gaining share too. Creative Cloud, of course, includes After Effects. And I'm sorry, but I'm right about this. There is no After Effects competitor. Not Cavalry, not Fusion, not Nuke. After Effects is the standard. There's nothing even close to it. Plus, as a pro, you choose tools based on where you're working. Solo freelancers can use anything, but if you're working with studios or agencies, it's hard when everyone else uses Adobe. I think this Affinity announcement is amazing news. Competition puts Adobe's feet to the fire and benefits everybody. Young designers now have a free entry point. But will it make a huge difference quickly? Personally, I don't think so. It'll take time, possibly decades. But I'm sure you have thoughts. Please let me know what they are in the comments. I would love to read them. And that is it for this episode of Motion Mondays. Don't forget to submit your animation to be included in our holiday card this year. You've got until December 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's just 72 frames. All Access members, join us Thursday at noon Eastern with Hayley Akins for Make Self-Promotion Painless. Check out our new After Effects Insider course if you haven't already. It's part of All Access and packed with nearly 13 hours of deep cut workflows and tricks. And be on the lookout for UX Animation Essentials dropping this December. If you have enjoyed this episode, smizash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our weekly news updates, podcasts, or tutorials. All the links for the stories we covered are in the description below, so dive deeper into anything that caught your eye. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you next Monday. Now get back to work.